We sometimes experience a distinct sensation of being observed, even when no one is present. This intuitive feeling often triggers a quick glance over the shoulder, a subconscious response to a perceived external gaze. This phenomenon stems from our ancient brain architecture, specifically a highly tuned threat detection system that prioritizes survival by constantly scanning the environment for potential predators or rivals. Our neural networks are wired to process visual cues like eyes and faces with exceptional speed, often jumping to conclusions based on minimal information to ensure a swift reaction to any perceived danger. This primal vigilance means our brains err on the side of caution, creating an internal alert for a gaze that isn't actually there, rather than missing a genuine threat from a hidden observer. The cost of a false positive, believing you are watched when you are not, is typically low. But the cost of a false negative, failing to detect a real threat, could be fatal. This evolutionary pressure has refined our sensory systems to be overly sensitive to cues associated with another's presence, leading to that inexplicable feeling of being watched even in solitude. Our brain contains specialized neural circuitry dedicated to detecting where others are looking. The superior temporal sulcus, or STS, plays a crucial role in processing eye gaze and understanding social cues. This region activates not only when someone looks directly at us, but also when we perceive eyes shifting or even in response to static images of eyes. This sensitivity allows us to quickly assess intent and focus, whether someone is paying attention to us or something else in the environment. Sometimes, however, this highly attuned system can misfire. Subtle visual stimuli, such as a pattern on a wall, the arrangement of objects, or even faint shadows, can inadvertently mimic the characteristics of eyes or a human face. Our STS, designed for rapid processing, interprets these ambiguous cues as a direct gaze, triggering the feeling of being watched even without an actual observer. This neural predisposition to detect eyes, even in their absence, highlights a fundamental mechanism of social cognition that prioritizes the potential presence of others. Humans possess an innate tendency to attribute human-like characteristics, emotions, and intentions to inanimate objects, animals, and even abstract concepts. This phenomenon, known as anthropomorphism, extends to the feeling of being watched. Our minds are particularly eager to detect agency, the presence of a mind or an entity capable of acting with purpose. This cognitive bias is deeply rooted in our evolutionary past, where correctly identifying agents, whether friend or foe, was paramount for survival. Consequently, when confronted with ambiguous sensory input, our brains often default to assuming the presence of an agent rather than dismiss it as random. The creak of a floorboard, the rustle of leaves, or a shadow shifting in peripheral vision might not be just environmental noise. Instead, our automatic agency detection system can interpret these as signs of a hidden observer, imbuing them with a sense of deliberate action. This constant readiness to perceive conscious entities influences our perception, creating a subjective reality where unseen eyes might follow our every move. The brain's incredible capacity for pattern recognition, while generally beneficial, sometimes leads us to perceive meaningful images in random stimuli. This is called pareidolia. We frequently see faces, animals, or other familiar shapes in clouds, rock formations, or even toast. When it comes to the feeling of being watched, this often manifests as seeing eyes or faces in inanimate objects. A pair of electrical outlets, the front grille of a car, or two knots in a wooden door can easily be interpreted as a watchful gaze. Our visual system is so highly tuned to detect facial features that it often overinterprets ambiguous visual noise, finding structure and familiarity where none exists. This tendency combines with our agency detection system, meaning that once we see a face or eyes, we implicitly assign intention to it. The accidental arrangement of mundane objects can, therefore, trigger a profound, albeit false, sensation of being under surveillance, transforming benign environments into spaces filled with unseen observers. Our brains are constantly engaged in predictive processing, anticipating future events and preparing for potential interactions based on past experiences and environmental cues. This includes a robust system for social priming. We are inherently social creatures, and our cognitive architecture is optimized for navigating complex social landscapes, even when alone. The mere thought or subtle suggestion of social interaction can prime our brains to be more alert to the presence of others. For instance, hearing a distant conversation or seeing a security camera symbol can unconsciously activate our social awareness networks, making us more susceptible to feeling observed. Our minds are always constructing a model of reality, and this model often includes a default assumption of potential social presence, a background hum of readiness for interaction. When this default social mode is subtly activated, our predictive system generates the expectation of being seen, even if sensory input does not confirm it. This deep-seated social conditioning shapes our perception, causing us to project the likelihood of being watched onto otherwise neutral or empty spaces, a testament to our profound social wiring.